guys, welcome to Britt's Homestead. I'm going to try not to make this intro too long. Today I'm here to show you everything that I have canned or preserved so far for this growing season of 2022, and I will try my best to tell you where we got the fruits or veggies that we are using. So let's just go ahead and jump on in, starting with products that I have used used the dehydrator on. So right here, this is some basil that we grew in our garden. I haven't crushed up the leaves yet, but we're just going to go ahead and do that, and we can put it into a little bottle and then just use it for whatever we want when we are cooking. So there is the basil. Over here in these two jars, they are both filled with dehydrated pears. So these we just snack on like pear chips. So the pears and the peaches that I'm going to talk about in this video, we got from Colorado. So yeah, we grew the basil, and then the peaches and pears are from Colorado. So I have pear chips, and then I also have 4 little pints of just pear slices in a simple syrup. So I use the water bath method to can these guys. So there is some pears. These are sliced into quarters. And then a almost the exact same method for the pear slices I did for the peaches. So let me move these over. So the peaches here, I just cut up, put in a simple syrup, and then I use the water bath method to can these guys. We have, let's see here, 7 quarts of just the peach slices. And then this is a quart of peach compote that Josh had made. We have 1 more quart of this in the fridge. We have already dug into that. And then with peaches, I have a few more products in here I'm going to show you that I use the peaches with, but we also just preserve them by cutting them up, putting them in a lemon water solution so they didn't brown, and then we froze them. Sorry, it got really dark in here, didn't it? Oh, that's too bright. Anyway, so then we just froze peach quarters that we could put in smoothies or just whatever we want to do with that. Moving on down the line here, we have some chicken stock. Let's see, I have 6 quarts left. Let me go ahead and include some pictures here over this audio. So basically, when whole chickens go on sale at our store, we stock up and we get almost however many that they have in the case, usually between like 8 to 10 chickens. And then we will process those when we get home, and I just cut them. I just process them myself, and I cut them into, just the different parts of the chicken that we would usually buy: chicken breast, chicken legs, chicken thighs, and whatnot. And then I vacuum seal those and put those in the freezer. And this time with the chicken carcass, I went ahead and made a stock, and it was so simple to do. We just needed a lot of water, the chicken carcasses, and then some seasonings, as well as just a few veggies. And then I processed the chicken stock in the pressure canner. And this is our end product here. And this will last us actually quite a while because we don't really use chicken stock that much, but I have it on hand for future use. So up here at the front, this is all the tomato sauce that oh my goodness, sorry guys, hang on. So this is all the tomato sauce that I was able to make this year, and that is still really dark. But I have like a jelly jar and a pint of tomato sauce. Let me go ahead and show you what we do have though. So now we are back in my pantry. So the good thing about not having a great tomato harvest this season for my garden is that we still have plenty of tomato products from last year when we did have an amazing garden with a good harvest. So we still have 3 quarts of whole tomatoes, some store-bought products here. I have 1 more thing of sauce. I guess we use sauce quite a bit. And then all of these little pints are just diced tomatoes. So let's go back up front and I'll continue going over products out there. Okay, so we have the tomato sauce that I made from the tomatoes, and then to preserve those, we used a water bath canner. So I had some tomatoes So I got tomato sauce, but first, to use up more of the homegrown garden basil, I actually made a tomato basil soup. My first time doing this, so I'm really excited about this. So we have 4 quarts, those are pints, 4 pints of that. We had, I think, let me do some quick math in my head, like close to 50 pounds of peaches that we were preserving and eating. So I also made some peach barbecue sauce. I called this boozy peach barbecue sauce because there is whiskey in it. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pints of the boozy peach barbecue sauce. So there is that. I also got, let's see, we discussed the pears. Those can move over. From our neighbor, he grew a whole lot of cucumbers. Our cucumber crop actually didn't even come up this year. So we got to use his cucumbers that he just generously gave us. And I made several pints of cucumbers. These are just, I didn't make the cucumbers. I made them into pickles. So these are just dill pickles. This was my first time actually making pickles, believe it or not. And I didn't do, I don't know, I don't like the recipe or the method that I used. It said crunchy pickles, but these definitely are not crunchy. But it's the same recipe for both of these. These are just like the little spears. And then these are just circles. So anyways, we water bath canned the cucumbers, and that's those. Last thing I believe I have to show you is green beans. Let me include a picture real quick of what the green bean plant looks like. So I didn't know, or I didn't remember that this is the type of seed that I planted. I knew I had done my research and I wanted a long pod so we could get more product from the same amount of space versus like a typical green bean, you know. So once I got enough harvest, I went ahead and made some green beans, and you can tell that these were in the pressure canner. We have hard water, that's why there's all this white stuff on the jars and the lids and whatnot. But there are green beans. I've already had one of these with the kids for dinner one night, and this tastes just like a normal green bean. This is a really good pantry staple for us because we use green beans quite a bit. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I have 9 pints of green beans. And there is everything that I have canned so far or dehydrated this growing season, 2022. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'd love to get back to you. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.